2.2 deals with the cosine rule. This is page 333. It says calculate the lengths of the marked sides in the diagrams below. I've got a side and an angle between them. For A, I've got a side and an angle between them. I've got a side and an angle between them. So you can see a pattern here. So in order to work out the opposite side to the angle given, I must have the other two sides given to me. And the sine rule won't be able to handle that at all, because all I've got is one angle to work with. But at least I've got two sides. So if you see just one angle there given to you, you can't possibly use the sine rule. Because that's opposite that angle there, you don't know what it is. The 7's opposite the angle B there, you don't know what that is, so we can't do anything with the sine rule. So the cosine rule. Now look, the A goes with big angle A. So there's no marks for copying out the formula at the front of the exam paper. Don't do it. Just jump straight in. So watch this. A squared, which is what we want to get ultimately, equals the other two squared. Alright, don't have to call them B and C, just the other two. And the other two are 8 squared plus 7 squared. Then go to the front of the page of the exam booklet and see that it's minus 2 lots of the other two. In other words, 2 times 8 times 7 multiplied by the cosine of the angle that is opposite side A. Alright, so cosine angle 49 degrees. Alright, nice and big. So we can work all this out with our calculator in one go. We really can. So let's just do it then. Being the first one, let's just show you all the steps. So here we go. That's going to be 64 plus 49. Take away 2 times 8 times 7. I think it's 112, but anyway. 2 times 8 times 7, 112. So take away 112 times the cosine of 49. Just simplify this a little bit then. That's 113. Take away 112 times cosine of 49. So 112 cos, you haven't got to say times cos on calculators, just 112 cos 49. And that equals 73, gone glitchy, 73.48 say, and let's subtract it. That's going to give us 113 take away 73.48, and we've now got 39.52. But of course this is a squared, therefore A on its own is going to be the square root of 39.52. And now we just talk to the calculator and we just root it. Bam! 6.28, 6.3 therefore. So A is going to be 6.3 centimeters in length. And that was easy, wasn't it? Alright, so shove it in and work it out. Let's try and get this one to fit down here somewhere. If I do that, then maybe it will fit in this sort of space here. Maybe get another one to fit. Let's see how it goes, shall we? Just change flavour. Right, so please note, not A, B, C, but E and F and D and all the rest of it. So I want that, and this therefore cosine 62 will appear at the end. So here we go. E squared equals the other two squared. Doesn't matter which order you do it. So it's that squared plus the 9.7 squared. Take away 2 lots of these other two, as I like to call them, just the other two, multiplied by the cosine of angle 62. And now we do it straight away on the calculator, not mess about. Right, so what I'm about to do, I'm going to go 7.1 squared plus 9.7 squared minus 2 open bracket 7.1 close bracket, then press times open bracket 9.7 close bracket, and then I'm going to hit cos 62, and if I press equals, hopefully I get the answer for E squared. Bang. Well, I've got an answer of 79. I'll soon know if I'm right or not. 79.83. So E on its own is the square root of 79.83, and that's going to give me an answer in a second. So I've got 8.9. There we go. So 8.935. 8.9 is good enough. It just seems in keeping with the question, doesn't it? So that's going to be in centimetres. There we go. 8.9. It looks completely correct, doesn't it? It all fits. And this one, let's put in the 6.3 here. Well, that sort of fits as well, doesn't it? Look. Oh, better go black. It's invisible. So 6.3. Yeah, they sort of fit together quite nicely. And that really, really works. And hopefully I can get the last one to fit somewhere down here without me crashing into my own face. Again, I'm going to try and do it in one step or so. The bottom here, put that right across. I'll work in this space here, make it happen. Let's do it in blue. Right, I want to work out K, obviously. So we're looking at cos 108, aren't we? So let's just do this then. K squared is equivalent to the other two characters squared, so 4 squared plus 5 squared minus 2 lots of 4 times 5 times the cos of 108 degrees. Yeah, do it in one step, multiply all that out. So I've got 4 squared plus 5 squared, take away 2 lots of 4 times 5, close my bracket off, and then multiply by the cosine of 108, isn't it? 108. So I've punched the numbers in correctly, I hope. Hit equals. I have got K squared is 53.36. Therefore K is going to be the square root of 53.36. And if I press roots now, equals, I've got 7.3. Does that look right in relation to the picture? It does, you know, because if you look at it carefully, I've got an obtuse angle, that's 5, that's 4, and therefore the longest side, which isn't the hypotenuse, because that's not a right angle, the longest side expected to be bigger than 5 and 4. So I think I've got it completely right, and of course that's in centimetres. And that is the most basic sort of application of the use of the cosine rule, where you have to find a side. Now, of course, when I do the next video, I'll be working out the missing angles, and that's where we have to rearrange it very carefully in case we make a mistake and throw our grade A away. We can't have that. So I'm going to stop there, just like I did with the sine rule. I stopped after the first few questions involving finding sides. Well, I'm going to stop this right now and then just review that then, alright? And I'll catch you in question 2.